Morning, welcome to the class today. I believe I mentioned the other night that we're going to do a class that's going to focus on the bottom, so that's what we're going to definitely be doing today. So lots of butt exercises and also abdominals as per usual. The girls aren't here today, so I can really enjoy the class and hopefully you'll enjoy it without having some noise. So spread the toes and have your ankles, knees and hips on top of one another. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears and then your hands onto your lower belly. Take a breath in through your nose and out through the mouth. Continue this breathing, and when you breathe out, you want to feel the stomach moving in towards the spine. Yeah, go again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Hands come a bit higher, breathing in through your nose and sighing out. We'll just go for one more like that. So breath in through the nose and then exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, arms rising up, and then exhale, take your arms to the side. Inhale, our arms move forward. Sighing out to the side, so getting us used to movement with breathing as per usual. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, bring the arms straight down in front. We're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. We'll stay lifted as your arms lift, and then your arms come to the side, exhale. Inhale, arms shift forward, sighing out to the side. Inhale, arms rise up. We're going to stay off our heels, but bend the knees, arms are coming down, and so you're off the heels, just the arms. Inhale, rising up. And then exhale out to the side. Inhale, arms move forward. Sighing out to the side. Inhale, lifting up. And then we're going to bend down a little bit more. Arms come down. Off those heels still. This is the way to get our body warmer quicker. Definitely get the legs warmed up. Inhale, forward. Out to side. Inhale, arms lift. Come down a little bit more, and then we'll just do it one more time. Then we'll get into some glute exercises here. Exhale to the side. Inhale, arms move forward. And today's the first Friday I've got my class back at the gym. Haven't had it since, I think, the first time we opened up at the gym. Come on down. So it's nice to get back to that as well. So lower the heels down, bring the legs together. We're going to get into some squat leg lifts, but the legs lifting out to the back corner. So inhale down, diagonal right leg back. Keep this leg going. So you inhale as you lower, you exhale as you lift. We will get into our balance section later. Although that being said, this is already making us balance when we come up onto the one leg. So the core's going to be activating anyway. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. The legs do come back together. But if you feel like that's too hard for your knees, because you should be sitting your weight back in your heels so your toes can move. If it's too much, you can separate your legs. Inhale down, exhale, lift. So this is already working into the bum. I'm not doing the side ones because it's not about the legs. Today it's all about the bottom. Inhale down, exhale, lift. And of course the breath, it's like you're fogging up a mirror. When you breathe in, it's a normal breath in. Just go for a few more and then we'll switch sides. So no break. To the other side. Keep the legs straight when it goes back on the ankle. Yes, I am close to the step. But I'm not going to kick it, so that's nice. Doesn't matter if I do, because we're not throwing our leg back like with force. It's a controlled lift. I just scoot myself forward though. Inhale down, exhale, lift. I went to the museum yesterday, not the Melbourne Museum, just the Heidi Museum, the local. I don't know, I'm not an artist and I'm not into like alternative type of art. The art that I saw there, I'll tell you what. I don't understand how that can be considered art. Maybe the sculptures in the garden, yes, but the actual drawings, I'm like, my 6-year-old can draw better than that. But it's considered art. Anyway, go check it out. You might disagree with me. I remember when there was it's still probably there at Federation Square, the Aboriginal Indigenous artwork. That to me is art. That was beautiful. The Heidi Museum, it left me wondering. Keep it going. So we're going to stay low now in the legs, don't move. And all we're doing is our bottom is going side to side. So your movement comes from the hip. Yeah? Now if you want more, arms like you're skiing. Hips to side. So it's all about the bum. The waist sort of stays still. Yep. 8, 7. Remember the weight's in the heels. A few more. All right, stay low on the legs. I know you don't want to, but you have to. The right leg's going to go stay to back. The the left leg's staying still. Now keeping a flex foot, and now you're just lifting the heel. Not too many. I know you're going to feel it in your leg, but if you have a feel of your bottom, tight, yeah? A few more. Now bring it in, stay low. Take the left leg back, flexed foot, and then we rise it up. Took the girls to the pool on Wednesday morning. It was so nice. We went to Box Hill Aqualink. Highly recommend it for kids. There's like a water slide. It's all indoors, so you don't need to worry about sunscreen either, which is good. Keep going, 4 more. And it was nice and warm. Always good. All right, bring it on in. Let's lift on up. We'll go to do just a little bit more for our bottom. So we're going to squat down again, but not as far, but you're leaning back now. You're going to take the arms to the side, right foot forward, and you're going to pull your knee up. These are just touching down lightly with the toe. Two more, and then we're going to get into a star on the same side. So listen, coming to the star, arms go to the side, and then move your leg back as you exhale. Just to center and then back. So this is working your waist, but your glutes are still working with that movement in the leg. A few more to go. All right, so let's bring the legs to center. Come back down, arms go to the side, left foot toe forward, and then pull knee up. That's just a gentle lift and lower. All right, so to the side we go, lifting the arms up, leg goes back. Do a few more. Such a sunny morning. I can't believe it's going to be such a rainy afternoon, but here's the overcast sky now. Bring it on in, bring the arms down. Let's get into a few more balances, and then we're going to get stuck into some more bottom on the mat. Right foot, hold on to the inside part of the leg. Keep the knees together. Left arm lifts. So you can stay at this level or tip forward. You want to use your backhand to elevate the foot. I'm going to make this an hour session. If you need to leave earlier, that's fine. But we're in no rush because the kids aren't here. And I'm going to work. And then the kids will be here. Mum will bring them back when I finish work. So we've got time. Might as well work it. Let's switch. I can't guarantee that will be the case next week. But while I've got the time this week, it's great. Let's tip forward again. Last Friday was an exception because Ramiro started work late, but today he's on time, he's already there. Oh, thinking of the hip, did you hear that? I don't know if you can hear the click click. That was my hip. Do 2 more breaths. So coming out of that one, We'll just get into our tree pose, and then I'm going to move myself forward. We'll start more of the bums again. So hands either to heart, third eye, or lifted. Shoulders stay relaxed, and if you want more, your eye gaze can go up. Spreading the toes. Remember, as you're breathing out, you're feeling the stomach move in. More breaths here. Bring the arms down, release the foot. I was so impressed by the gym at Aqualink and also like Box Hill One and the people that work there. I was like, I want a job. So they're like, we're just about to advertise. I'm like, I'm a Pilates instructor, lots of experience. They're like, look online. So they're just lovely, so inviting and welcoming, which I've had different experiences at different gyms, but these ones was just like, I'd like to pick up a few classes here. It'd be nice. 2 more. So bring the arms down, release that foot down. So that's our balance part done. We'll get into balance again, of course, later. And I'm going to bring myself forward. We're going to be on our elbows. What was that word? Elbows, perhaps. On our elbows and our knees. So we're going to get into some bottom here. I hope you can see all right. All right, so we'll start with the leg that's maybe furthest away. Now just have a look that your elbow is slightly forward of your shoulder, but you've got to have your knees and your bottom stacked. So take one leg away. You've got a pointed toe and it lifts up. So exhale as you lift. I might tuck this in because otherwise it's just going to get annoying. So exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you bring it down. A few more. Last 2. Same leg's going to go away from you, yeah? And then back to the center. On my morning walk this morning, I encountered a very strange person. Thankfully, we didn't encounter each other too close. But when he saw me coming from a distance, he was sort of just staring. And then I did a U-turn to loop back around and reverse the way that I had walked. And he just kept staring. He was in front of me, but just kept turning back like he was suspicious of me, which of course then made me suspicious of him. It was weird. I was so paranoid that he was going to do something. And he was like, take the leg behind you, exhale. There's weird people out there that make you feel weird. And I was planning in my head, what do I do if he comes closer? What do I do? That was weird. Anyway, stick to main roads. That's one of my first pieces of advice. Needless to say, I'm okay because I'm here with you guys now. 4 more. Okay, so what we're going to do is stop here. We're going to flex the foot and we're going to touch the toe down and then lift. So we don't hold any exercise for too long. Are you feeling this in your supporting butt more? I am. But I'm also feeling my leg that's moving, the bum there. So it just depends. We all feel it more in one place than the other. I definitely feel it more in my supporting butt. 2 more. All right, so let's bend the knees and then flexed foot. You can't see it, but you're pushing the flexed foot up. Try and show my girls that I'm like not scared of animals, just so that they don't have any. I mean, I don't have any fear really of animals, and like I've told you, I've gotten over my fear of spiders by having a nest of huntsmans in my car years and years ago. But there was a daddy long leg on my mat this morning, and the girls are like, spider! And I'm like, that's cool, I'll get it. So I put my hand there so that it can come on my hand. And then it just felt so weird. I'm like, ah, freak. So then they ran away and I've just got it on some paper and put it outside. But it was like, it was exactly opposite of what I wanted them to see. 2 more. All right, so hold it here. Push up onto your hands. And what you're going to do is pull the knee in and then lift it up. Two to go. All right, so I'm going to hold this one up. And now what we're going to do is we're going to exhale, but pull that knee around to your elbow. And then back up. So you're not twisting yourself too much, yeah? You do feel it a little bit in the waist, but it's all bun here. Before we do the other leg, I am going to break it up with some planks, okay? Because why not? Okay, so bring the leg down. Just have a stretch, toes together, knees apart. Stretch it up. Remember which leg you used. It should have been the leg that was further away, but if you use the leg closer, just try not to forget. Come onto your elbows, onto your toes, push your weight back. Now, of course, you can be down on your knees and it looks like that, but otherwise I want you on your toes. Might as well go for a long sequence. Why not? We've got time. A few more breaths and then we're going to turn to the side. So we're going to take one elbow in, stack it, and lift. Drive the hips up. Now it looks a little bit silly, so I'm just going to unstick it. Driving up with the hips. So this is not moving at all. We're staying nice and still. Eye gaze can be up, it can be forward, it can be down, whatever feels best on your neck. 2 more. So we're going to come back to the center, but this time what I'd like you to do is take your legs out to the outside of part of your mat, keeping the elbows in close, the weight in the heels, shoulders relax. Just continue on. So it's a really intense tummy burn, getting the muscles toned there. 4 more breaths here. So just join the legs in together once more, and then the other arm comes in. So we turn, we stack, we lift. And like I said before, eye gaze can be up, front or down, whatever doesn't hurt your neck, okay? Come to the center for me. This plank here will have a bit of movement before we step onto our hands. So you inhale, come forward, and you exhale, you push your weight into your heels. Inhale forward, weight in the heels. It's really intense. We don't do too many. I think we'll just do 4 more. So we're just going to gently make our way up to our hands again. Click, click, click. That was my elbow. Just make sure you're nice and comfortable. Shoulders relaxing. Weight in the heels. Legs are straight. So I broke my healthy eating yesterday. I had ice cream at the museum. I'm annoyed with myself. I said no, but my mum's like, you never let me do anything to treat the girls when we're together, which is a load of crap, but anyway. So I'm like, all right, I invited you to the museum, so at least let me buy the ice cream. So I bought the ice creams, bring it in, and they weren't even nice. So eating ice cream wasn't even a nice ice cream. And today's the ice cream day, right? Friday's our ice cream day in the house. I'm like, I said to the girls, you're not having ice cream today, you've had it yesterday. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So hopefully today I'll get back on track again. Usually I eat well from Monday to Thursday, and then the weekends it's like, yeah, whatever. Like I said, it's been a bad year food-wise. I've sort of been going well until yesterday afternoon. A couple more here. So bring it back to the center again this time. Legs go out wide again. But I'm going to keep on making myself accountable, so you'll know about it if I'm doing the wrong thing, because I feel like I'm holding myself to account if I talk to you guys about it. Weight in the heels, shoulders relaxed. Doing 4 more here. Then we'll bring the legs back together. So legs come back in. We take the other arm into center, we stack, hips drive up and we lift. And it's harder to be in your full stack when you're up on your hand because there's less surface area touching the mat. So if you need to, you can separate your feet, but ideally you do want to stack them. So gently bring yourself back to center. And like we did on the last exercise with our elbows, we're doing it now. Hovering forward, inhaling, pushing back, exhaling. And I haven't forgotten about the other side. I know that we've got to do it with the leg and the bum. I know it. 2 more for me, then we'll have a stretch before we do get into the other side. So bring our knees down, toes together, sit on back. Wonderful effort. So of course we're going to do everything the other way. And I'm just going to tuck myself in again so that it can look okay with the leg. So we're onto our elbows there, forward of your shoulders. And this time it's the leg that's closest to the screen, unless you do the other one, away, pointed toe. I'm just sort of angling myself, so hopefully you'll see the whole leg. Exhale, lift. We don't want to lower down too far. Two more. All right, leg moves away as you exhale. Now the leg's going to go behind you, keeping it straight. Don't remember on one of them if we did the fast version or not. I feel like I should do it on this side just in case we did do it. Better to give you more than less, right? 2 more. Right, so flex the foot. Inhale, lift up, and then exhale, touch down. I feel like I'm reversing the breath, but that's okay. If you want to do it the other way, do it. 4 more. Hold this one up, flex the foot, and then drive the heel up. No, I don't think we did the fast ones. So I won't do them here. You like that I think out loud for you guys? Sometimes I need to do that. I know, my brother says that a lot. Sometimes you just need to not speak. 2 more. Hold it up and come onto the hands and then pull the knee in as you exhale. Oh, so you need to be strong and evenly weighted in both arms. What sometimes happens is people collapse. Don't do it. We'll do 4 more and then we're going to bring the elbow and knee, well, the knee around to the elbow. Hold this up, pull the knee around, then back up. See how I weakened in my elbow then? Yeah, bad form, you want to keep it good. 4 more. And have a stretch, toes together, knees apart, sit back. Wow, really strong. We are going to do a few more planks, but we're not going to do any side ones, so you're not going to have too much weight on just one arm, okay? And again, we are going to start on our elbows. These are going to work through your bottom, and then we're going to flip over and work our bottom lying on our back, so your arms will get a nice break then. Zip the legs up, push up onto your elbows, alternating lifting leg. 2 more. Now we're going to gently push up onto our hands. Legs staying together. You've got your arms separated a bit because we're going to go for a run. So we're pulling these in, alternating, and it's fast. If you want to do it slow, this is the slow version. Otherwise, speed it up. Looks slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and flip it over. Good work. All done there. So we're on our back. We've got our feet close to our bottom. We've got our knees separated hip width distance apart, and we're pushing our hips up. So this is our bottom in a different area. Definitely working still in the bum, but just a different way. So exhale, lift up straight. Down a bit and lift. So today's the last day I'll be wearing masks in the class, which is nice. From midnight, we don't have to wear them in the gym anymore. Not that anyone's been doing it. I tell you, my gym has different rules to the government, but I've still been enforcing it. So touch wood, everyone except for I think one person on Wednesday and one person on Monday. Everyone else wore them, over 20 people, so good on you. I wonder if the class is ever going to grow back up to the 40s that they used to be. I think people are still a bit worried. Do 4 more. Here comes the rain. Do you hear it? So we're going to push the hips up side to side. It's amazing to think that, if you were out or at least you saw the sky, it was bright blue, not a cloud in sight. Now it's completely overcast and the rain's setting. We were meant to have a play date in the park. That's been cancelled. That's all right. So you're feeling the bum already. You will be with all the squat balancing work we did at the start, then the elbow, leg in the air. It's all about the bottom. 4 more. Then we're going to just bring that hip straight up to the center. 2 more though. Okay, so back straight up. Now if you're feeling like your back needs any support, you can still keep this going with your arms underneath just to help you. But this is considered a very safe position in Pilates. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one leg and cross it over the other and then continue the lift. Keeping it straight up. Switch it over. So take this leg down, other leg comes on top, and then lift again. So just overloading different sides. Four more. All right, so unravel, and again, back to the center, just lifting and lowering. We don't want to have our feet too far away from your body, nor do you want to have it too close. Ideally, you can see yourself in a mirror, and you can see that your heels are underneath your knees. If you have your knees too close to your bottom, that can be too intense and too much stress for your knees. And if they have the feet too far away, it's bad on your back. So technique is always crucial, breathing, important. You get those things right, the exercises become more effective. 4 more. I've got one more exercise here before we move our leg position, and then we'll continue on. So listen, team, what we're going to do is we're going to keep our legs here and just extend one leg straight at a time. And then switch. Keep that going. Let's go for 4 more. Really good for your bottom. So this next one, we're going to just creep our feet out. So we're still having our feet underneath the knees. Now our legs are wider. Push the hips up. So again, your feet aren't too close to the bottom, nor are they too far away. The feet are under the knees. Heels, to be precise. Keep pushing the hips up. Lifting and lowering, feeling the burn in the bum. Now I'm going to get you to change your foot position just a little bit. So bring the feet in a little bit closer. And the reason is we're going to lift onto the heels, alternating leg. The reason I like your feet closer is because when you're on your heel, you should have your foot placement underneath the knee. If you are on your heels, with the heels underneath your knee, and then you lift up, your foot is too far forward, right? So intense. I promise I'll give you a stretch soon, but I want 4 more. And then we're going to just do one more exercise before I give you the stretch that is really well deserving. All right, lift up both heels and stay up. Don't go anywhere. Push the hips up. Staying here. So after this, we're going to get into a bit more abs. Then we'll get them into a little bit more bottom in a different position again. And then we're going to roll over and do some back. So like I said, we've got the hour. Why not use it? So lower the heels down, lower your bottom down. Well, what a relief. And then bring one leg on top and pull your legs in. So that's going to give you a really nice release into your bottom and therefore a release into your back. But like I said, it should be a fairly safe position to be in any fitness level when you're doing your shoulder bridges. And then switch it. So let's get into the upper belly so we can keep our heels down, we can keep our bottom down and give it a little bit of a break there. So upper belly, you just want to make sure when you're breathing out, see the tummy is moving down, right? So that needs to happen. So inhale to prepare, exhale, lift to sticking point. Inhale, bring it back. Sticking point, the part where you can't go any further without a struggle. What's going to be a struggle is trying to get a parking up at shopping town at this time of day. It's a bloody nightmare. When the girls are at school, kinder, I'm walking. I don't care. I'm not going to be driving anymore. I don't need to rush around. I'll be walking to work. Hopefully then the mats will be back at the centre so I don't have to carry our mats. Do 4 more. Who knows though? That might be a long way off still. 2 more. So come up as you exhale, halfway back, and then lift again. So just keep making sure that your tummy does move down as you rise up. Here we go. Then we're going to come up and then just come back that centimetre, tiny little lowering down. This is all about the upper belly, right? We'll get into some lower belly soon enough. And we'll do a combination of both too. Do 4 more. So tennis players have started arriving. Exciting for the Australian Open. Horrible, obviously, for people stuck overseas and then thinking my priority, but you've got to understand that they're not taking up any commercial flight space. And we need the event. Bring it tall, shoulders relax, come back. So we're going to get into some just upper and lower combined here. So we're going to move the legs one way and the arms go the other. I think the arms need to come up and then over a little bit just so they don't hit the knees. Now try to take too much weight off the legs, all right? So you want to take less weight off the heel, less weight on the heel, you know what I mean? So that you're going to make it more intense in the belly. 4 more. Because we're only doing one boat pose, one lot of boat poses, let's make them intense. All right, so stop center. We're going to bring your elbows in, and then you're going to alternate your knee in, and when they're coming in, you're just pushing the leg away, the arms away. So the arms are moving the opposite direction. If you get it wrong and you do the wrong way, it doesn't matter, it's still going to be working you really hard. Few to go. Lower belly's calling. Needs some one-on-one attention. Hold their arms forward, and then let's slowly bring ourselves back. All right, so we're going to rest our head. Have a quick stretch. I think you deserve it. Oh, so nice to stretch. Okay, bring the legs in. 90-degree angle stays at your knee. It doesn't stay at your hip. You're changing legs, just tapping down one at a time. This will get progressively more challenging. If any stage you feel like it's too much, you can lift your head up, and that way you're just going to be flattening your back down so it protects the back. 4 more. All right, so stop here, take the legs out a bit wider. Now what's going to happen, you might want to lift your head and shoulders, is both legs are coming down. We aren't going to do too many. All right, so hold it up, bring the legs in, and then we're going to flex the feet and alternating, straightening legs out. You can take them up higher, because that's going to be gentler on the back. Otherwise, you can take it medium, which is a little bit more intense in the abs and a little bit more in the back, or lower to the ground, which is way more intense again in the belly. But it's also potentially more intense in your back. So you've got to look what's best for you. Up higher, medium, hold down low. Just go for a few more here, and then we are going to, if you want, lift your upper body, because we're going to go for double leg on an angle. Remember, you can be up higher, you can be at the medium, or join me on the low. And we only have 4 more, and then we're going to get into some more bottom again. All right, so bring the legs in. Let's just do some circles, really release into the back. And then circles the other way. Okay, so this is going to work your bottom with a few other areas. So we're going to just turn ourselves onto our side. If you've got only one mat and if it's a hard mat, then please fold your mat at your hip. I'll wait a couple of seconds so you can do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lift both legs up. They've got a pointed toe. And you're going to just open your legs so that the bottom leg is coming forward and the bottom leg is back, staying at this level. Lift the legs up. So see, we're doing bottom today, right? But other body parts also get the benefit. So in the squats, your legs were getting the benefit. When we're on our elbows and lifting up the leg, the back was getting a benefit. Now it's our waist and our legs are getting a benefit too, and our hips. So you can't just isolate one body part. Even in the push-ups, your abs are still working, your back's working. So it's not just working one muscle group. We benefit everything. If you want to do some arms, I'm going to do them in my Spanish session because the friend that I mainly do it for over in Ecuador has injured her foot. So I'm going to do for her an upper body session. So a lot of arm work. 4 more. So bring the legs closer. Now top leg goes forward, bottom leg goes back. Awkward. We don't usually do this. Lift them up. All right, so bring the legs together. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the bottom leg lifted, but the top leg, the only one that's going to be moving, is tapping forward, tapping back. Now balance could be an issue, so just have your hand forward. A few more. Last 4. And one last exercise before we flip over. Hold it here. Fast swim. So we're working all through the bottom, all through the hip, the waist, the legs. Okay. 4 to go. And stop there. Let's spin ourselves over, coming to the other side. We're going to have both legs lifted. The bottom leg comes forward, the top leg goes back, and then we rise up. So bum working, hip working, waist working, inner thigh, all good. And then after this lot of exercises, we'll get into some back before we make our way up to standing to balance. So good on you guys for sticking around. We don't often get the opportunity to do an hour session, so hey, let's make the most of it while we can. The gym sessions are still 45 minutes too. 2 more. So we're going to just switch it over so the top leg goes forward, bottom leg back, and rise up. 2 more. All right, so bring the legs together. And what we're going to do now is this top leg is going to come forward and back. So the bottom leg is still lifted. Just 4 more and then we'll go for our fast side swim. Okay, so bring the legs together, lift them up and nice little paddle. Lift up a bit higher if you can. And stop. Lower it down. Let's roll onto our belly. So we're going to get into some back exercises, and the beauty of these on our belly, our bum still works as well. So fantastic. So we're going to lift up. Inhale to open, double clap. Clop, I don't know. Inhale and tap, tap, open. So keep the legs lifted up a bit higher. These minor birds, I'll tell you. It's not the Indian miner, so it's the native miner. They're called the noisy miner. How do I know that? Because yesterday when we went to Heidi's museum, there was the outdoor part, and they give you a list of birds that you want to try and find in the garden area. And the grey one, they had it written as a noisy miner. We saw some nice birds. That always makes up for it. I mean, for me, the best part of the place was the trees. Beautiful, old, huge gums, beautiful colouring on the bark, on the trunks. 4 more. And my garden's turning into a jungle out there because we have this passion fruit bush that's taking over everything. Mary doesn't want to cut it yet, so I'll keep letting it take over. 4 more. It is beautiful. It's just not giving any fruit. 2 more. All right, so we're going to just hold it open, lower it down just to give your hips a bit of a break, move them side to side. And then we're keeping our legs out wide. They're going to lift up and then exhale, rise up higher. See how I'm giving the arms a complete break because they're going to be doing some weight bearing when we get into the back up on all fours. So this is lower back, different angle, but you touch your bottom, it's solid. So that is working too. You hear it? Beautiful. Nature. All right, so we're going to just bring the legs in. We're going to lower them down. They're narrow, and now we're going to move our hips side to side again. So the legs are bent, heels are together, toes are apart. We do this one fairly frequently. We're going to just drive the heels upward as you exhale. It must be a youngster. It's still got all its fluffy feathers, and it's just had a bath, so it's super fluffy. How cute. The noisy miner. You can see why it's got its name. I don't know if you can hear it. I suspect you probably can. Do 4 more, and then we'll just do 1 more exercise down here. All right, so bring the legs down, just move the hips again side to side, and we're going to do a very fast clap. What I want you to do, if possible, is clap your heels, not your toes. So heels lifting up and clapping. It's harder. You get this right into the back area. Clap, clap, clap. So intense. 4 more breaths. You should be up with a straight leg past your knees. And stop. Lower it down. Ooh, onto the elbows. Palms down. Pull forward into your fingertips, and that will give you a light stretch. Those of you who want more, hands under the shoulders and push up here to the hips. Relax. Happy garden when it rains, isn't it? Things are quite green at the moment. All right, so onto all fours. We're going to get into a little bit more back exercise here before we get into our balancing. So I want you to press weight into your fingers if you feel like there's too much weight in your wrists, okay, at any stage. You've got your hands underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, your hands are shoulder width apart, your knees are hip width distance apart. Does that sound right? One leg, opposite arm. Let's pull them towards each other. I'll get there. And it still looks great. That's all right. And we're going to hold the next one up. So hold it up, breath in, diagonals. This one we're going to hold out and then pull the knee and elbow in. Diagonals. Super strong in the back. It's also strong in your supporting arm. That's why I wanted to give them a break before. Hold it up, straighten it out, lower it down, and just feel the tension that you've created in your arm, in your back, a little bit in that supporting leg as well. No, actually, the leg that was moving, I feel more. Don't know, see how you feel. Let's change so that I'm using now the leg that's closest to you guys and the arm that's away. Pull the arm and knee in. Hold it up, breath in, diagonal away. This next one will go away and hold, and then pull the arm and leg in. Diagonals we go. Last one. Straighten it out, lower it down. Oh, we just want to get into the child's pose, don't we? It's sort of like a stretch that's calling for us. Really lovely release in through your lower back and also for the glutes. And we'll get into some balancing that will stretch out the glutes as well. So let's come up to standing. Take your time, have a drink of water. You might feel dizzy, and so do you. You want to definitely look after yourself by just drinking some water. Bend in, cross the leg over, push the knee down, sink right in, and then I'm going to just have your hands into the prayer here. Arms float, leg goes behind, aeroplane, straighten out the supporting leg, and get a lovely stretch there. Bring it on in, sink on down, cross the other leg over, push the knee down, and hands come into chest. If you're there, Grace, I hope you're doing well. If you're not, I'm sure you'll enjoy a replay. Whoever else is out there, I hope you've enjoyed it too. But we've still got a few balances to go, so don't run away. Great ankle stability work. Arms to the side, take the leg back, and then straighten out both legs, stroking out the foot behind you. Bring it on in. So we're going to go for our dances again. We did it at the start, but I want you to try and get further into it. So holding onto the inside part of your right foot, left arm lifts, heavy tip through. Lifting up that back leg as high as you can. And we'll switch. We are going to get into lockdown balance shortly. Arm lifts, come through. So you go deeper than you can and lift higher in that leg. And switch, not switch, change exercises. So your left arm will come to the side, not too close to the wall. Right knee, lift it up and take the leg to the side. And if you can, pick up our foot, whoopsie, and we take the foot out. I'm going to switch it. Right arm, left knee. If you can, the foot. Out we go. Bring it on in. And of course, our tree pose. I'm going to move back so that my arms are in the screen. They're probably going to come out anyway. Dig your heel in, open the knee out. Hands can stay at heart, third eye, or lift. Yeah, they're off anyway. If you want more, you can look up. We're going to switch. So bring the arms down. You might as well come back. Like arms are off the screen either way. So hands can be at heart, third eye will lift out. And if you're feeling comfortable enough, you look up. Gently bring the arms down, release the foot. We'll have our feet hip width distance apart. And we'll take our head over to the side. Just feel a lovely release in through the neck. You can have your hand on just to add some extra weight. And then over to the other side. Now, not a lot of people do the live stream, but I'm seeing a lot of people are doing the replay, so I will keep on going, team, because I know that it is benefiting you guys out there. So bring the head back up to the centre. Unless, of course, I pick up any extra shifts, but at this stage, no. Unless, of course, Aqualink puts their job applications up and I'll get a job there. Thanks, team, for joining me. I really appreciate you being with me today, and I will be here back on Tuesday for the double, the Spanish in the morning and then the afternoon English session. Bye, everyone.